What's up, folks? Wong out camping again. I'm up at one of my favorite spots. It's the last weekend in April. I'm in the Siskiyou Mountains. It's pretty out here today. It rained a little bit earlier, but it wasn't a big deal. I should have filmed a little bit more of what it was to set up camp, but first thing I did was set up my tent. Then I unpacked all my stuff. This table here, Tillinghast and I hiked in a couple years ago when the road was closed, like maybe a half mile down the way. And the spot that we like to go to, you couldn't get your car up to the trailhead. So this spot became a temporary home until the road got fixed, which took about a year, maybe two. This table used to be in a Hollywood set. He brought it up from LA. We made it to where the gate was closed, packed it in, one of us on the front, one of us on the back, and here it is, still sitting here in the middle of nowhere doing its thing. One of the first things I like to do is get my firewood situation just done during the day. So after I got my tent set up, unpacked my stuff a little bit, I went and I grabbed some of these right here. They're like limbs that attach to a fallen pine tree or some sort of coniferous, whatever the word is. They have a lot of pitch in them. I got them, cut them up, collected a bunch of little stuff to start a fire later. Made a lot of shavings of fat wood so I could scrape a spark and catch it real easy. I'm gonna try to do it without a lighter. I do have a lighter, but so that was the next thing I got done. Got my firewood done. It's not a lot. It's enough for me when it gets dark to kick it until I just go to my tent and read. Also, like I said, it started raining and I always carry a tarp with me in my backpack and stretched it up so I could put some of my other stuff that I brought down into my second and third trip in here, keep it dry. But now it's looking pretty nice. The river is raging. Got my platypus water filter so I can drink some of the cleanest water on earth. There it is. Beautiful. I don't think I'm gonna be swimming if I get swept away. I'm gonna make some tea here in a second. It's chill. I got a book called The Deer Slayer. It's like part of it's like a trilogy, but when there's 5 books, I'm not sure what it is, by James Fenimore Cooper. He also, the second book in this is The Last of the Mohicans, and then Pathfinder or something, I don't know. I've got them. I'm gonna read them in order. They're killer. This one's great. It's like adventure, you know, back in the frontier times, early frontier times. And it's catching the vibe out here. That's what I'm here for. Right, I'll catch you in a little bit. Couldn't ask for a better day, honestly. I mean, I guess you could, but you know, I'm taking what I get. I'm just soaking it in. I don't mind a little cold. I don't mind a little wet. Pretty much prepared for all that. And even if it gets uncomfortable, it's only for a day, you know, whatever. Anything tough makes you tougher, right? That's what they say. I don't know. Makes sense. It's incredible. I'm sitting on this big boulder, you know, that every time I come here in the summertime and I'm chilling and swimming, it's barely in the water. It's getting hit on one side really good. And I mean, this thing must weigh as much, who knows, man, tons. And you can just feel it vibrating from the current. It's a trippy feeling. And the river is so loud, it sounds like a million Harleys up the hillside, just starting their engines. It's crazy. One of my favorite things to do when I'm chilling at the river and I really don't have all that much to do except read or draw or something, or just chill and take in the nature, I like to stack rocks too. It's like Zen meditation. I just got this one. It took me like 15 minutes to do that. We'll see if it makes it overnight. That's always like I like to see if I can make it, see it in the morning. Half the time it doesn't work. It's barely on there. The breeze could knock it off. Who knows? But we'll check it in the morning too. Now I'm gonna go back up to camp. I'm gonna boil some water with a little solo stove, alcohol burner I brought with me just to try it out, kind of see how long it takes to boil water, so I know. I've got my little mini firebox twig stove holding the solo stove alcohol burner. It fits perfect in there. They come with these little guides that you slide in there and it fits perfect for the alcohol burner. I'm gonna use my old pot. I don't know if you guys keep yours like this. This is the top of a butane burner stove. This is a base for a butane burner stove. I keep my coffee cup in here and a lighter, but I'm gonna try to boil half of this. And we'll see how it goes. Sorry, one-handed filming. Half of this, just to see how long it takes. So this is me attempting to light this alcohol stove here. What it is, comes with a lid and you fill it up with alcohol. Once it lights on fire, all these little rings start to exhaust really well. And like I said, here's those, you can see where the rim fits in on those posts. Again, this is a firebox twig stove and a solo stove setup here. Now let's see if I can make fire. All right, she's a burning. All right, guys. Well, it says you could put this on rice or some other stuff too, but I'm just eating it chili style. See how it goes? Never had this before. It says it's spicy. It's kind of green. Could just be the bag. This looks like vegetarian chili. Smells pretty good. Maybe I'll chop up some cheese, and that's what I got it for. Drop it in there, stir it up. All right, well, I think it's gonna be good. I'm pretty hungry. All right, 2 sticks of cheddar jack in the mix. I mean, that can't make it worse, I don't think. All right, well, hell yeah, dinner time. It's got a little zing to it. The cheese definitely is not bad. Not bad at all. Check out this dinner time view. I'd rather be here than any fine restaurant for the most part. Anywhere. This is what it's about, you know? You can unplug. You can get away from stuff for a day, you know, take a break, ground, reset, all the things we should do, probably more often than we do. All right, I'm gonna eat my dinner. I'll check in with y'all later. Well, guys, it's that time of day where it's transitioning from day to evening. I'm gonna do a little reading, overlooking this righteous creek, and try to milk the rest of the light out for a little bit. I've got my black book too, so I've got a lantern. I might draw a graffiti piece out in the middle of the wilderness, and you know, just for fun and practice, and to absorb the vibe, put it on the paper. Well, it's starting to cool down. Put a sweater on. I got this old wool sweater I always take backpacking with me. I love it. I've loved it for a long, I think I've had it for like 10 years. But yeah, it's getting pretty close. I'm gonna start a fire maybe like in a half hour. I don't want to go too early. I don't have a ton of wood, and I'd rather have wood when it was dark. I mean, as it's burning. I'm gonna draw for a little bit. I've been reading for maybe a half hour, 40 minutes maybe. It's a nice night. I'd be stoked if I could see some stars, but just clouds. starting to guess it might not have been resinous enough. Although it does seem like that was resinous, that would have done it. All right. Looks like we might be making fire the old-fashioned way today, with some paper and a lighter. When all else fails, you know, bring something that works. The fire feels good. You know, it's a bummer I couldn't start it with the fat wood, but I'm still learning. I'm gonna figure that shit out. I'm pretty happy that the second thing I did after I set up my tent today was picked up all the sticks really laying around camp. Not all of them, but you know, cleaned up the camp. That's what I started the fire with, like some pencil lead stuff, some pencil stuff, some thumb width stuff, and that's what's burning right now. I haven't even got into the hardwood that I have, which I'm pumped about too, and Caveman TV, you know, fire's all about. That's my little pile of wood to go through tonight, which is not a lot, it's enough. Well, folks, it's about 10:30 at night. Put some last logs on the fire. Gonna let it die down a little bit, and then I'm gonna take a Lucy light into my tent, get comfy, read my book for a little bit till my eyes get tired, and sleep like a baby with the sound of this creek. And you know, I mean, God, I kind of did chores all day. My body's tired. It feels good. I'm not too cold. It's supposed to get down to like 35 tonight, which my sleeping bag goes down to 30. I've got a wool blanket. I've got insulated pad, should be good, not worried about it. Looking forward to getting up, making an espresso, balancing some more rocks, reading a little, slowly breaking down camp. Yeah, head back to the coast. Tomorrow's Sunday, then it's Monday and back to the grind. I'm signing off for the night. Got my book, I'm in my bed, I'm in my tent. I got my Lucy lights, do this for a little bit. Pretty tired, my eyes are heavy. I'm ready for a little night-night. All right, catch you in the morning with that espresso. All right. Peace. Good morning. All right, it's about 7:30. Made it through the night. Wasn't too cold. I woke up once. My wool blanket had come off me and my feet had got cold, but wrapped back up, and I think I'm gonna chill in bed for a little bit, read. I'm in no super hurry to do anything, but gonna make some coffee, warm up, get some blood circulating in this old body. Well, folks, couldn't ask for a better morning, really. It started off a bit brisk. Didn't think the sun was gonna come out, but there she is. There's some blue sky. I pretty much got my camp broke down. Just gonna have a cup of sriracha noodles, clean up the rest of my stuff, maybe move down the road a little bit, do a little exploring. Gonna have lunch somewhere down there eventually today. All in all, it's been about 24 hours since I left my house. It's been a pretty good full 24 hours. No complaints. It's what I needed. You know, God, you gotta recharge sometimes. I gotta recharge sometimes. Fucking life, man. The joys and the tragedies. It's like non-stop. I guess that's the spice of life. It'd be boring without it, but fuck, man. Could use a break. I don't need any more tragedies. Sriracha next. Got my camp all broke down. The old table who shall remain. Fire pit. Tent was over there. And always good to get out. Now onward. Oh, back to the old car. This wraps it up. It's like a 3-hour drive from here back to my house. It's gonna be pretty. Catch you guys on the next adventure. Camping with Wong.
What am I gonna do about you?